Everyone, today let us discuss a new SQL query that allows you to get product and year-wise revenue. And I need to get last year, which is called prior year, and the difference between uh, every year and the prior year revenue that I'm calling it as Y-over-Y difference, and I want to calculate the percentage. If you see the sample data for this particular product in 2020, the revenue, and there is no prior year because the business has started in 2020. And if you see in 2021, the sales is this much, and the prior year is 13,987.06. And the difference between 2021 and 2020 is called a Y-over-Y difference. And how much percentage it has increased, or if it is decreased, what is the percentage it is decreased in the business. So if I want to write a similar kind of query, if I want to achieve this task, let us see step by step in Oracle how to do that. So here I'm considering two tables. I'm trying this query using a PA sample tables. You can download these tables from the Google as well. And I'm achieving this query by making use of sample product and sample revenue. Why? Because I need product column and the revenue. These two columns are available in two different tables. So let us see how to write this query. So select star from sample products underscore D. In this table, we will be having for every product key, what is the product name, etc. So I will use product table. And for every product, what is the sales happened, I can found that those details in sample revenue. The joint condition will be product key and revenue. And to get current year and prior year, I will make use of the order date column. I will make use of the order date column. Let me join both tables, sample revenue, and I'm providing the alias name as product, and sample revenue I'm providing the alias name as RVN, and the joint condition between both these tables is product equal to RVN dot. And what are the columns I needed? Product name, I need TR. So product name is called product description, which is available in this one, product table. Okay, and I'm providing an alias name as product name. And the next column I need here is year. Year we can derive by using order date. So I'm using a function called to_char because I don't have year column, but instead I have a date column. And from this date column, I can extract year by using a function called to_char. And the parameter to extract the year is YY. Why? Because I need year in 4 digits. You see 2020, 2021, these are 4 digits. And the alias name of this column is RVN. It is coming from RVN table. So let me provide that RVN dot order date, and I'm providing the alias name as year. Okay. And the next I need a aggregate function using revenue. So what is my revenue? Revenue is available in the column called revenue. This is called amount basically. The revenue is my sales amount. So to get the total sales, I need to utilize aggregate function, and I'm providing an alias name, and this column is coming from RVN table sample revenue. I can write. And I have an aggregate function on this column, and there are two columns where I did not define any aggregate function. So these columns has to be in group by class. Otherwise, it throws error. Alias names are not required when you are specifying the column names in group by. Alias names we should not specify. You can say right now I got product and year wise data. Order by 1, 2. So when you write 1, 2, it indicates in this select class, the data will be ordered by using first column and second column. When you specify first, 1 indicates it is first column in the select class, 2 indicates second column in the select class. So order by indirectly product name, year. Instead of writing full column names, you can write the number also. This is first column and second column. So order by first column and second column. So here I got the year data. Year wise, I got the sales. Now I need to get prior year. For 2021, the prior year is 2020. For 2022, prior year is 2021. For 2023, prior year is 2022. And there is no prior year for 2020 because there is no sales for 2019. So to get prior year, we can make use of a function called lag. So before that, let me assign this enter query. Let me assign this enter query to a subquery, or else I'm writing it as product prod sales. Okay. And I'm writing query on top of product underscore name, comma, year, comma, revenue, comma, and I need prior year revenue. Okay. So before writing that, just write whether this subquery is working or not. Product sales. You need to specify as keyword. Okay. Yep. So this is working perfectly. Okay. So here I have written, by using this subquery, on top of this subquery, I have written a select statement, and where I am calling the columns which are declared in this inner statement. So I need, beside this revenue, I need prior year revenue. So I can achieve this by using a function called lag. Lag will help you to display for every row, prior row, previous row value we can display for every row. Lag function will help us to display. Example, in this situation, if you see prior year for 2021, let me display this in ascending order. Let me display this in ascending order. The data is not in particular order right now, order by 1, 2. So this order by is must and should. Here, if you see 2021, the prior year value is 2020. For this particular camera, 2021 prior year value is 2020. So 1325967 for this particular product in 2021, it has done how much? 1 million, which is 13,25,000, which is called 1 million, 1.3 million basically. So in 2021, for the camera, megapixel camera has done the sales of 1.3 million. But in 2020, it has done only around $13,987. So the prior year for 2021 is available in the previous row, and the prior year for 2022 is available in the previous row. But for this adapter, I should not consider previous row as prior year. Why? Because this is a different product. So lag function, we can specify the rules to get the previous row of only that particular product. For adapter, we should never consider previous row of megapixel. So this can be achieved by using a function called window function, which is a lag. So let us see how to achieve that. So lag will help us to display always previous row for the current row. So I'm providing lag, revenue. I wanted previous row. Either I can specify one, or even if you do it also, no problem. By default, it takes. And I need for every product. For adapter, it should never consider megapixel product value as a previous row. It should never consider. That was the reason I'm defining in window function partition by. For every product, it needs to consider previous row separately. So partition by product name. Order by year. Order by year. If you see for 13987, there is no prior year. So null. Here also you can say adapter. I have specified partition by product. That was the reason the previous row 1.3, like 1371369. This value is not considered as a previous row for 5903. Why? Because I have specified partition by product name, and here I specified order by year. So it will first arrange the data in a particular order. Then for every row, previous row it will take as a prior year, and it will make sure that for adapter it will never consider megapixel as a previous row. So here, as per the requirement, I need to call it as prior year revenue. So let me call it as prior year revenue. Prior year revenue. And I need to display YOY difference, which is nothing but current year minus prior year, how much difference we are having. So I need to display current year minus prior year. Current year is revenue. Current year in the sense like every year, what is the revenue, its revenue and prior year revenue. For every year, its own revenue minus prior year revenue. I'm calling it as year over year. So revenue minus, okay. And prior year revenue calculation is this one. I'm using and I'm calling it as YOY revenue. And here, if you see, the difference of 13987 minus null, the results also became null. The reason is whenever you are doing any operation, like any comparison with null value, the result will be null. That may be addition, subtraction, division. So whenever you are doing any comparison with null, maybe addition, subtraction, or even if you are filtering, the result always will be null. That was the reason always you need to make sure whenever you are doing calculation between two metrics, always make sure that you are using NVL function, because in that metric there is a chance to have null values. In that metric there is a chance to have null values. So null values we need to convert to 0 before doing the calculation, before carrying out a calculation between two metrics. This is not only in SQL, any visualization tool like OBA, Tableau, OAC, or any Power BI type of visualization or any ETL tools. If you are using a calculation, if you are writing a calculation between two columns, make sure that you are using NVL function to convert null values to accordingly. Here you can see, before doing the subtraction, I want to convert null value to 0. So I have converted null value to 0. Then I am doing the subtraction to calculate Y over Y, year over year revenue. Difference. So the difference between 2020, there is no prior year. So this much. For 2021, it is 1.3 million. 1.3 minus 13,987. It is this much. And the difference between 1 million minus 1.3 is this much. So this is difference. And how much the difference is compared to prior year? What is the difference compared to prior year? I want to calculate how much it has increased. So this is called basically increase in the business. In 2021, the business has increased a lot, but in 2022, again, it has reduced. So how much it reduced compared to prior year value? So that can be calculated by using a simple mathematical function like percentage. So here, this is the difference. The difference divided by prior year. Difference divided by prior year will provide you how much? Difference is this much. See, for example, here it is 297. 29. It's like 2,97,000 difference we got compared to prior year. So how much percentage it has decreased? That can be calculated by dividing this difference value with prior year value. Okay. So here the difference. This is a calculation which provides a difference between year and prior year. And when we have to divide this prior year, I'm using this one, divide. And so it's a percentage calculation into 100. And I need to call it as YOY percentage. Into 100, give me a second. Yeah. So provide a bracket, this two, for this to provide a bracket. Otherwise, what happens? It will divide these two value first. Then it will do the subtraction. So I don't want that. So provide a bracket. First, it has to calculate the difference. So as per the mathematics, priority is always for division. That was the reason it is performing division first, then it is doing subtraction. Instead, I need to perform the difference between revenue and prior year first. So these two I need to provide inside the bracket. So let us provide all the brackets again. So first I need to provide these two inside the parenthesis. Okay. Then I need the division. Okay. Then I need the division. After performing the division, then I need multiplication. So entire calculation providing one more bracket. Clear? Oh, there are extra parentheses. Let us remove extra parentheses. These two are extra. Okay. So this parenthesis is, and this parenthesis is for the difference, and this parenthesis is after doing the differentiation, I want to do the multiplication. Yeah. Now it is correct. Now you can see it is providing the correct percentages. If I did not provide this inner parenthesis, then what it will do? It will divide these two values first. Then it will do the difference. Then it will do the multiplication, which will result in a wrong value. See. So always these two needs to be provided inside the parenthesis, inside the brackets, so that it will take the priority. First, it has to do the difference. Then it will do the division with this value. Then it will do the multiplication. So for every product, how much? Whether this is working properly or not, you can open Excel and you can calculate. You can do the unit testing. You can do the unit testing. Example, you can copy these values and you can paste it. And this is your percentage. And this is my prior year revenue difference. Sorry, this is my difference. And this is my prior year. This is my revenue. So difference divided by prior year will give the percentage. So this one is correct or not? Let us see. Difference divided by prior year. 93 into 100. Why? Because prior year value is very less. Current year is 1.3 million, whereas prior year is just 13,000. That was the reason. So here, if you see, difference divided by prior year is decreased. That to 22% revenue it has decreased. Into 100, if you do, you will get 22. So if this values calculation is correct, then your result you need to compare. Example, yes, it is providing me. This is my final result. Yeah, after multiplying into 100, and this is my SQL result. Cross check whether these are providing the same result or not. Yes. So that means my query is working perfectly. This way you can do even unit testing as well. Hope this is helpful. If you have any questions, you can mention in a comment section. I will reply that. And here one more thing I want to tell. Here prior year we achieved, right? Let me remove all this. Let me remove all this difference, etc. So here you got prior year, right? Lag function will help you to get prior 2 years as well. Along with the prior year, you can get prior 2 years. Comma, if you want prior 2 years, just provide the two. For example, for 2022, the prior 2 years is 2020. So 13,987 is considered as a prior year for 2022. If you see that. For 2023, prior 2 years back, what is the sales is 1028740. You can see. Sorry, for 2023, prior 2 years is 1325967. You can see. This is prior 1 year, prior 2 years. For 2023, 2 years back is 2021. 2021 sale is displayed here. You can see. And for 2020, for adapter, there is no prior year, and even there is no prior 2 year. And for 2021, prior year is 5903, and there is no prior second year because 2021 there is no 2019. For 2022, prior year is 57221. Yeah. And even you can specify if you wanted 3 years, if you wanted 4 years back, you need to specify 4. So this way you can achieve that prior 2 years, prior 3 years, or prior 1 year, and you can calculate the difference as I specified in the query. YOY percentages, YOY difference you can calculate by making use of window function called lag. I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions regarding this lag function or any questions regarding this query, etc., you can ask me in comment section. I will reply. Thank you.